Hi everybody, it's Phili from Create and Curate here. Today we're going to be doing all the makes that I have made over autumn and winter, give or take one or two. Okay guys, we're in for a big one this week. We are covering 11 of the things that I have made over the autumny winter period. I mean, I know we're still in winter, I can tell, because it's 3 degrees outside. 3 degrees outside, and I am wearing a polo neck underneath my peppermint ruffle sleeve top. I am so cold, but luckily this looks quite cute. Do you think? I think maybe if the sleeves were... Oh no. This looks cute. Even the 16-year-old this morning was like, oh mum, if you wear your sleeves like that, it looks really cool. Okay, what do I know? I'm just not 16, so clearly have no idea what style is anymore. So, as I was saying, we are going to be covering 11 of the outfits that I've made. I have made some other bits as well, like I made some stockings, and I made some pajamas, and I made some bags and things like that. But these are the 11 that I can show you, because the others need either models or they've been packed away ready for next Christmas. So, let's get started with our first one. So, make number one is the New Look 6446 pattern that I made in a long dress. It was my first time making this pattern, and somebody said to me, it must have been on Instagram, someone said, your first one will be terrible, but they are beautiful dresses when you get them right. And do you know what? My first one, I thought it was brilliant when I first made it, and now that I put it away and I brought it back out and I've gone, oh no, that needs fixing, oh no, that needs doing. Ridiculously, even though I got that advice, ridiculously, I decided to do contrasting top stitching and using a white thread on a blue fabric. So any mistakes that I made are really obvious, like the zip in the back, for example. Whoa, that wasn't fun. I must have not used my zipper foot or something, but that looks atrocious. So, but luckily I've got really long hair, so I can cover the zip up a little bit and nobody will have to see it. Overall, I really like it. I really like the square neckline. I think that looks really pretty. I'm really looking forward to making it in a jumpsuit for the summer as well, because I think that'll look really nice. But overall, I was pretty happy with it, yeah, especially with a long sleeve top on underneath. I think it looks quite good. The fabric was a blue linen look polyester, and that was from Pound Fabrics. I can't remember how much it is now, but I'll put it in the comment. I'll put all the prices and all the links and everything in the comments as well. But yeah, blue polyester from Pound Fabrics. And what else did it have? It had the pockets in it, which looked really, really nice, I think. There was something a bit wrong with the pleats at the front, but again, I mean, I was happy with it overall. For it being my first one, I was pretty happy with it. So a big thumbs up for that one. So, I just think that me and Tilly, we don't get on, okay? I'll tell you for why. This pattern was a Tilly and the Buttons Stevie pattern, and to say that I am disappointed is an understatement. I was so excited when I got that fabric, and yet somehow managed to completely ruin it by using this pattern. It looks like a nightie when you put it on. It just looks awful. It's an utter sack. I don't know if maybe I should have used like a stiffer jersey, or I mean, it may be that Tilly doesn't like me because that pattern has actually been discontinued now. So is it me? It might be me. Also, as we always say, I don't have a shape, so that doesn't help either. I did think about maybe putting an elasticated waist in the middle just to give it a bit of oomph in and out, but to be honest, I would rather sleep in it or chuck it away. I'm so angry about the waste of fabric. When I was convinced that the Stevie dress was going to really suit me, and yet, no. Never mind. In better news, free patterns! Who doesn't love a free pattern, right? So this one was the Alex jacket, which I spoke about in my last video, which I'll pop a thing up if you want to watch that. Basically, my last video was all of the wool fabrics that I bought, including this one, and what I was going to make with them. So the Alex jacket was a free pattern from Sew magazine, and admittedly the sizings are a little bit off. So because I was using, it was a men's and a women's pattern, so the women's sizings came in 8, 10, 12, so on and so forth, and the men's patterns were small, medium and large, and it was like, well, if you want a large, then you cut out I think it said it was a women's 18 to 22, so it is a bit big for hubby because that was too big. Normally he wears a large for like a coat and stuff to be able to put some layers underneath, but even this one was huge, and because it had inseamed pocket or side pockets, I couldn't take it in without dismantling everything. So that's going to be a really nice a proper top layer, and hopefully he will really like it. But the next one I think you're going to like. It's much better size, as you can see, and I'll show you it a bit closer in a second. What else? The fabric was from, where was the fabric from? Oh no, my computer's gone to sleep and now I will not know. The fabric I think was from Pound a Meter, that one, because that fabric wasn't in the haul that I did last week. It was in a different one, and it's like, it's not a wool, but it's a wool of sort of a wool feel, a wool blend, so you, if you will. So overall, 8 out of 10. Teenager doesn't wear this every single day, I'm going to be absolutely fuming because I did a really good job on this one. I think that the top stitching looks really nice and everything else looks, the size is perfect, absolutely spot on. So I took the pattern and I sized it down. I think it's now like a women's 16, which is supposed to be a medium, but again, both the boys wear larges normally, so I sized down and it looks much better. And I tell you what, even the nearly 13-year-old said, well, if he doesn't wear it, I'll have it. Could you imagine? It's his birthday. Oh, it's his birthday today when the video goes out. So he'll be 16 today. So I'm going to wrap it up and give it to him as a birthday present. He's also getting some other bits like some smellies, but a big present of a moped so that we don't have to keep driving him around everywhere. Not that I do because I don't drive, but so not that we don't have to keep ferrying him around. He can go ferry himself. So not that he will be wearing the jacket on the moped. Oh, no, no, no. Firstly, he needs lots of protective gear. I'm very anxious about that. Secondly, I spent a lot of time on this. I'm not going to ruin it. Oh, funny story. I actually sewed it whilst he was out on we said it wasn't a date, but it was just him and a girl. So, was it a date? We'll never know. He was out at the cinema and it was a really late showing, so he wasn't coming back till about 11:30 at night, and I was panic sewing this, trying to get it done while he wasn't in the house. I was like, quick, hurry up, go quicker. And I was texting my husband like, tell me when you're 5 minutes away, tell me when you're 2 minutes away. So yeah, I managed to get it done and get it done really nicely as well. So hopefully he will like it. This was one of the wool blends from my last haul from Pound a Metre. This was a 3 for £10 one, and honestly, tell me where you could get one of these jackets for £10. Well, maybe Primark. Not even Primark, you wouldn't be able to get it for £10. And I have managed to make him a nice, I think it looks nice, birthday present for a tenner. What a bargain. And again, if he doesn't like it, the rest of us will have it. Okay, we've reached Christmas season. We are here. We've got the first one is my little 6-year-old's pyjamas. She was desperate for a pair of Christmas pyjamas. So here they are. The pattern is Style Kids 2838. Let me check that's right. 2838, and it's in a spun polyester from Textile 9, which is a company on Facebook and on eBay, but I don't think, or on Etsy, but I don't think they have like a proper website or anything like that, so you have to go to one of those three to buy from them. But they've got some really good stuff. They're all cut in like 2, 3 or 4 meter pre-cuts, but actually it's still really good value, and it's quite nice stuff, you know. It's stuff that you wouldn't necessarily find on the high street. Like, I've never seen those polyester prints before, and obviously, you know, disclaimer, I've not forgotten my new sustainable sewing mantra, but this was before that, so, you know, I'm very sorry, but equally, you know, it was a different time, you know. Anyway, Textile 9, they've got some really, really good stuff, and it's really good value as well, so I would definitely recommend checking them out. They'll be in the comments down below somewhere. She absolutely loves them. Unfortunately, they've had to go in the cupboard to come out for next Christmas, so I had to make them some other ones, and the other ones that I made them, which I don't have a picture of, I made them for the 6-year-old and the 9-year-old, and it was the same pattern, using the same pattern, but it was made out of scuba. So one's got a really light pink and one's got like a beigey taupe colour. So hopefully they like those. I think they do, because they kind of want to live in them all the time. It's a bit stinky. The next Christmas outfit is again for the 6-year-old. I've mentioned before, the reason that I do so much sewing for the little ones is because they appreciate it. you know, all you parents out there, you know. The Christmas dress for her was it was made from a Polycotton from Trago, which was one of my previous videos, and the pattern was a free pattern from Life So Savoury, and it was the Sweet Rose pattern, which I thought was really, really cute, and it was really easy to make up actually, especially when you just got the bodice together and everything like came together really quickly. So that was really, really nice. And I had a lot of Christmas dresses to make, so it was handy that there was a straightforward one in there, unlike the next one. Now this one, for the 9-year-old, it was a bit more technical, and actually I quite enjoyed that. Like I said, I was in a bit of a rush to try and get them done, but I enjoyed the construction of it and trying to make everything, especially the collar and the neckline, and then the buttons down the front as well. They were really, really cute. The pattern is a Hatty Dress from Violet Field Threads. That's a mouthful. They've got some beautiful little girls' dresses. So if you've got little girls in your life and you like making for them, those dresses, or little boys, if they will wear them out in public, they have some really, really beautiful dresses there. I think it's an independent brand as well. It's an American one, and they only do PDFs, I think. So you have to be willing to commit to the old printage. But other than that, really good value and really nice as well, I think. So the fabric was again a Polycotton from Trago, and yeah, I really liked it, and I think it looks really pretty. Hopefully she doesn't grow too much over the next year so that she can wear it again next Christmas, or I'll have to hand it down. Oh, I'm making a rod for my own back, aren't I? Oh no, I'm gonna have to make Christmas dresses every year. The third and final Christmas dress was my Christmas dress. I don't know if you saw the video for my Christmas dress make. I was not happy with it. The boobs were all out of shape, and they were too big, and my boobs were too small, and because I didn't have a long enough zip, it was wonderful getting into it, absolutely no problem at all. But by the time I'd eaten Christmas dinner and everything else, getting out of it was fun because I had some spare goose fat left over. I'm joking. So that was a thread count 1501 dress, and it was made from, oh, you guessed it, a Polycotton from Trago. Actually, it was quite handy getting all that Polycotton because you only really wear the dresses once or twice, or like, yeah, literally a handful of times over Christmas for special occasions, or if you're going out to an event or something like that. But the Polycotton's quite handy to have because it's cheap, but it's also hard wearing, so I don't really mind. I don't know if I would want to spend a lot on just one Christmas dress unless I could make it and sort of wear it throughout. But these ones were very clearly Christmas patterns, just like Hubby's shirt. is it wrong that I think I'm now slightly addicted to shirts? I've even bought a second pattern because that one, I didn't like the collar. The collar is too big, and so I've bought another pattern which I now am going to use to try and make another shirt for him, and it's more of a slimmer fit one as well. What pattern was this one? It was the New Look 6232, and I mean, it was great. The reason I bought it was because it had a him and a her option, or sorry, I don't know how to say that politically correctly, a feminine and a unisex option. And I thought, oh, brilliant, it's like a 2-for-1 pattern. But those collars, I mean, oh, they're immense. Anyway, really liked the fabric. I said to him, because I had the green dress and he had the red fabric, and I was like, if you want, we can swap fabrics and you can wear like the more muted green and I'll have the wild red. And he was like, no, it's fine, I quite like it. Okay. So, I mean, he looks good in it. He manages to rock it off. I'm just saying that, you know, I also would look good in it. But then I couldn't buy some more fabric and do one of each, could I? Because that would be like really awkward if we walked in proper matchies. Wow. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do that next year. Maybe I should have done that, and then he wouldn't have wanted to wear it. He would have been like, no, it's okay. It's, oh, all right, I'll wear it on my own then. Yeah. No, he definitely rocked it better than me. But anyway, I think those are the end of our Christmas makes. Now, this is like a 2-for-1 deal because it's one dress, but I've made it twice. So the first one is from, so the pattern is the Daisy dress from Rosary Apparel, and I have made it from a thrifted throw blanket. It's basically like a massive woven sheet of amazingness. And so I made it into a Daisy dress, and I absolutely love it. Some of the checks are a bit wonky, but honestly, as I always say, how would people know I made it if it wasn't a little bit on the wonk? So I really like it. It's so comfy. It's got pockets, pockets, and the shirred sleeves are just gorgeous. I really like them. Not very handy for when you've got to stick it in a cardigan around winter time like now, but overall, absolutely adore it. Plan to make 79 more. I'm wondering how it would look in a long sleeve. Let me know if you think it would look good in a long sleeve. I always kind of associate a long sleeve dress, that especially like a V-neck one, should have a collar. So maybe it will look nice. I could always make it with long sleeves and then chop them if I don't like it, couldn't I? Anyway, I digress. On to the next one. And this is the second one. So this was made from a cotton poplin from Trago, which was, I think it was about £4.50 a metre. The one before, by the way, the big throw that I bought, it was so big. There was at least 4 metres of fabric in it, and I bought it for £3 from a charity shop. £3! I mean. So the cotton poplin is really nice, but it is definitely more structured. It's got more to it, so to speak. Again, loving the pockets. I did the sleeves slightly differently on this second one, so instead of having the ruffle out, I just flipped it in and did elasticated ones. But oh, it's just brilliant. And again, as I was saying in my sewing resolutions video, I love the fact that there are indie pattern makers that are making modern patterns that actually fit people's bodies. So as you could see in the very, very first dress, which I feel was like 3 hours ago now that we talked about it, with the darts not being quite in the right place and then the waistline being down and so on and so forth, I know there's all stuff that I can adjust, and it's stuff that I'm going to be able to learn to do as I work out how to change patterns to fit my shape and stuff like that. But overall, I think everyone would much rather buy a pattern that fits their body straight off. So it was really nice to be able to use a pattern that just fitted my body straight away, just made it look so much better than anything that I've made previously. So I really, really liked that. And overall, I just love Janelle from Rosary Apparel anyway. I've got a proper girl crush on her because she just makes everything look lovely. Like, she takes old bed sheets, like really vintage 80s style floral bed sheets, and then turns them into amazing things and then makes them look really good. It's like, oh, why can't I walk to school in an old bed sheet? Are they saying that? This is an old bed sheet, but I don't rock it as well as Janelle would, is all I'm saying. Ah, we made it to the end. Those are all of my autumn and winter makes, give or take a few. I'm so looking forward to giving the boy this jacket. I'll let you know how it goes in the next video. What sewing plans have I got coming up? I bought 5 new patterns. So you know Fibre Mood do 5 PDF patterns for 20 euros every now and again. So I did that, and I've got, what have I got in there? 2 skirts, a pair of trousers and 2 tops, I think. But of course, because they're all PDFs, you still have to wait for them to be printed, which is a bit frustrating. Or you can do it at home and then I honestly think it takes as long to stick 59 pieces of A4 paper together as it does 3 days waiting for them to print it and stick it in the post. So patience will have to be my virtue. And I will wait patiently for those to be printed so that I can get sewing on those. I've had a bit of a think of some of the ideas for the mystery bundle that I saw, and I'm thinking about a couple of maxi skirts and maybe one of these with a bit of lining underneath. So this one has like a lined bodice. So maybe if I did the outer in drape and then the inner with a bit of lining. How far does the lining go? Oh, it only goes to my boobs. I thought it was supposed to go further. Anyway, this in the drape with the lining underneath I thought might look quite nice. And then I've got my red and white jacket to go, which I'm really, really excited about. Can't wait. Still can't decide on the twill. The trousers that I bought from Fibre Mood, the pattern, wouldn't suit a twill, so that's more of a drapey floaty. So we'll have to see. We'll still keep thinking about that one. We'll see. Oh, maybe that jacket, the other jacket that I showed in the last video, that would go nicely in the twill. I had a lovely lady comment about how she made a really nice jacket, so with the twill. So maybe I'll give that a go. We'll have to see. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to me ramble on as ever, and I cannot wait. Next time, I think I'm going to do a sew along. So, yeah, I've got time. Let's do a sew along. I'm going to do a sew along of something. Not quite sure what it is. Feel like I'm rambling. I'm going to go. Love you guys. See you next week. Bye.